Now moving on, the United Nations Development Programme new report on Nigeria's Human Development Index has shown an increase by 2 points, and life expectancy also rose by 8 years. HDI report measured national achievement in Human Development Index in health, education, and income/standard of living in 189 countries. Nigeria's HDI value for 2017 was 0.532. It was also 0.530 in 2016. It has shown a consistent increase since the measurement began in 2003. From that base year, when the HDI was estimated at 0.443, it has now increased to 0.532 in 2017, marking a 14.4% over the period. According to the report, the country's life expectancy at birth also put at 53.9 years, while between 1990 and 2017, Nigeria's life expectancy at birth has increased by 8 years. The years of schooling also increased by 1 year, and expected years of schooling increased by 3.3 years. Nigeria's gross national income per capita increased by about 87.4% between 1990 and 2007. But overall, Nigeria's ranking was put at 157 among the 189 countries sampled, while the ranking was 156 in 2016. Now, joining us in the studio to discuss more on the Human Development Index report is Mr. Abiodun Bamidele. He's a human development expert. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Let me begin by asking you, do you agree with the figures, and what's your simple interpretation to the data by the UNDP?
All right. Let me say that these are statistics that are not nation-bound in terms of being supplied by maybe politicians or what have you of any nation. These are international statistics. So to that extent, I want to say I agree with it. And I want to say that the indicators are showing to us as a nation that Nigeria is not an entirely an hopeless situation. When we're deliberate about what we want to pursue, and we all put all hands on deck to achieve it, then change is possible. So to an average Nigerian out there, I just want to say that the statistics is showing that it is not an entirely hopeless situation for us as a nation. We can move up, we can move higher if we are all deliberate about it.
So for you, you're impressed with the numbers you're seeing?
If it is about being impressed, I won't say, I think that will become another ball game altogether. Because if you look at our position, 157 out of 189, that is showing that so much done, but so much more yet to be done. Then when you now juxtapose that with the Human Capital Index, you will notice that Nigeria is only better than 5 countries in the whole of Africa. And when you look at those 5 nations, we are talking about Liberia, we are talking about Mali, we are talking about nations that ordinarily are not at par with us. So with that, I'm a bit concerned, but I'm also getting a bit fulfilled that we are making progress.
You mentioned, you sounded like there was a glimpse of hope. You were reassuring people that it's not a hopeless situation. Yeah. So what do you think the government could have done to encourage or come up with this increasing number over the years? They measured from health, education to life expectancy and quality of life.
Now, let's take them one after the other.
All right.
Education. In terms of education, they are measuring how many of our children start school and go through school completely. Now, if you look at that, I would say yes, it looks as though we are making progress on statistics. But don't also forget that Nigeria is said to be the nation with the highest number of out-of-school children. That shows to us that there's still a gap of things that still need to be done. But it looks as though when policies are right, efforts are right, and all of us are seeing education as not a regional problem, but a national problem. And we are all ready to play that little part that we have to play to make it happen, then we can all make progress together.
We may not have the luxury of time to look at all the sectors that are affected here, but let's begin to talk about how does this development that's being recorded by the UNDP, how does it trickle down to the common man? Because some people are a bit indifferent. Some people, they have their reality. So when they hear numbers, whether from the MBS or UNDP, they're just maybe a bit indifferent about the statistics because maybe their reality doesn't reflect what these numbers are. So how does this trickle down in terms of development to the ordinary Nigerian?
Can I please say to all Nigerians that why this might still be a struggle with people to relate with?
Okay.
Because the average man is asking, How does it affect the price of what I buy in the market? How does it affect what I pay for my children's education and all of that? But it shows that we're in the right direction. It still looks like a small drop of water in an ocean, but without that small drop, the ocean is incomplete. So let's just be a bit more patient, thinking and hoping that in this new dispensation of the government, they will intensify effort in the right direction on things that will make life more, realistic and, maybe more affordable to an average Nigerian out there.
Thank you so much, Mr. Biodu Bamidele, Human Development Expert. He's been talking about the Human Development Index reported by the UNDP. I want to thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me.